Feeling is a secret. A lot of us in the manifestation space think that it's our thoughts that create reality, which is true to a point, but it's your thoughts that are emotionally charged creates the reality. So feeling is a secret. So it's your emotions that charge your thoughts. So it's your emotions that charge your thoughts, and that is what makes you magnetic. That is what makes you magnetic. It's your emotions that charge your thoughts that makes you magnetic. A lot of us, we think about, The Secret and the law of attraction, and we're always like, but I'm thinking about what I want, right? I'm thinking about what I want, and it's not coming to me. And why is that? And that's why I'm going to go in depth today on that. Well, that's because you're thinking on surface level. So a lot of people who are struggling with manifesting, it's because you only know surface level things. And that's why it doesn't work for a lot of people. It's because you only know surface level things, like thoughts create reality, right? So you're like, if I think enough about a positive thing, right, it's going to come in my life. Which is only true if you become magnetized to it, which is through your emotions. And the other thing is, you're going to ask, well, why should I believe this? Why is it that it's my feelings, my emotions, that help manifest the things that I want? Well, that's your subconscious mind. So in the movie The Secret, they talk very surface level, right? Because that's how they get the message out. Because a lot of people won't understand. If you go really in-depth detail about it, you'll just kind of lose them. And that's why I'm going to go in-depth detail today to help explain that. So it's your subconscious mind. Well, your subconscious mind does not differ reality from dreams. Like, have you ever woke up from a nightmare and you're like, it felt so freaking real. Like, it felt so real. I woke up and I felt like I was in a parallel reality. It's because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference from reality to dreams. That's why they say visualization is so powerful, as long as you're obviously using your emotions. You can visualize whatever you want. If you're not using your emotions, it doesn't do anything. Just like thoughts. You can think all the positive things you want in the world, but if you're not grateful and you're not using your emotions and you're not emotionally connected, it's not going to do anything. It's surface level. And you got to realize we've been programmed since we were born. We've been programmed. So we have so many programs in our mind that we believe. So when you're first learning this stuff and you're practicing it and you start hitting that wall, that's because you got a program. And that program is your brain is trying to protect you from, going and doing more than what you want because it wants to protect you. The evolution, your brain wants to protect you. So it's your subconscious mind that creates your reality. It's your subconscious mind runs 95% of your life. So your subconscious mind runs 95% of your life. My handwriting is shitty, I know. And it's your subconscious mind. How does your subconscious mind program? How is it programmed? Your subconscious mind is programmed from emotion. Your emotions influence the subconscious. So emotions equal subconscious. Why do you think the news cycle is so strong? Why do you think so many people watch the news? Because the news knows that if they do something emotionally, if they show a program that's emotionally charged, that's going to get people to watch. And then they can program you by getting you emotionally charged. So they could be lying to you, telling you all kinds of bullshit, but as long as you get emotionally inclined, you're going to keep watching it because you're like, oh, I can't believe this happening, right? And then you get really emotional. That's why you ever watch the drug companies, how when they tell you all the side effects of the drug, right? They're showing everybody dancing, everything's happening so great, everything's so happy. It's because they have to tell you legally all the negatives. But your subconscious mind's seeing all these visuals of all these positive things because your subconscious mind runs on visuals. That's why visualization is so powerful. So you see all these happy people. Meanwhile, they're telling you all the negatives about the drug, but you're not hearing it because your subconscious mind is only seeing all these positive things, all this rainbow and sunshine. Dominant emotions. Your dominant emotions is what is reflecting your reality. So ask yourself right now, look around, look at where you're at. Ask and look at it. That's your dominant thoughts. That's your dominant emotions. That's what you feel. And if you want to change that, you can. But you have to choose a different feeling. And you have to reprogram yourself. You have to reprogram yourself. If you're not where you want to be, look at the media that you're consuming. Look at the friends that you have around you. Look at what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Because how the subconscious mind also is run is by habits. So habits run your subconscious mind. Habits run your subconscious mind. That's why it's so hard to create a new habit, because you're so used to the habits you've had before. Like, haven't you ever tried driving home, right? And you're not paying attention and you get home. And you're like, I don't know how I got home, I just drove home. Well, that's your subconscious. That's how you got home. And that's why you have to truly have a burning desire to change yourself if you want to manifest a new reality. You have to have a truly burning desire, because everything in your subconscious is going to go against what you have, going against the new thing you want, because it's going to try to save you. It's going to try to protect you. And that's why you got to form habits. You have to form habits. Habits is the action part of manifesting a new reality. Like, so for instance, if you are in real estate and you want to do, say, a deal a month, one of the habits you need to do is you need to make 100 phone calls a day. You have to do 100 calls a day. If you can't do 100 calls a day, right? If you're not willing to do 100 calls a day, then that doesn't mean you don't desire it enough. You have to have a burning desire for absolutely everything you do, because it is mindset. 95% of everything's mindset. So every phone call you're doing, you're gonna tell yourself, listen, every phone call I'm doing, I'm learning something. I'm learning something. I'm building my business. I'm enjoying it. Even if you don't like doing it at first, have fun with it. Have fun talking to the clients. You never know who you're gonna call. I remember, so I've done real estate, I didn't like it. And I remember one time, I was just doing cold calls. I did cold calls. And one of the people I ended up talking to had a $50 million apartment complex in Clearwater that he was trying to sell. That was off a call, a cold call. You never know what's gonna happen. That's why you have to do the action part too, because your action is the habit part. And this guy I talked to, we tried to sell his place. I remember, so just off one cold call, he was like, hey, I'm looking to sell. You know, if I can get the right amount of money, I'll sell it, right? Then I went and called somebody who just sold one of the biggest apartment complexes in Tampa for like $120 million. So I remember calling them. All I did was I looked him up online, looked up who the acquisition manager was, called him, and then he's like, oh my gosh, that looks just like our building. I'm very interested. And he offered like a ridiculous number, like a number that no one else was offering. And anyways, long story short, it didn't happen. It didn't work out. But that's just from one call. One call. And I know a lot of us want to use a law of attraction too, because it's like, you know, I don't want to go out and do all this stuff. But at the end of the day, you got to challenge yourself. You will never become the person you want to be in the current mindset you have. So if you're not willing to do 100 phone calls a day, right, in real estate, and have a positive mindset doing it too. Don't just do 100 phone calls a day, be pissed off, be irritated, be like, this sucks, I don't like this line of work. That's why, again, you have to have desire. You have to enjoy, you have to have desire. You have to know what you want. And if you know what you want, if you truly know what you want, and you want to go and get what you want, you have to do the action part. And the action part is also the habit part. If you do enough action, it'll form a habit. And it's the habits is the physical 3D part of creating reality. So you have to feel it. You have to feel it. You have to feel what you want, where you want to be. Where do you want to be? Feel it. Then you have to create a habit. Habit goes from metaphysical to physical. Now you create a habit, right? And now with that habit, that's what's going to, you're magnetized now with that habit. That habit magnetizes you. Now you want it, right? You could say, oh, I want this, I want that. But if you're not going into doing the action, then you don't believe yourself. You have to believe yourself, which is confidence. So again, habits and your emotions is what is going to magnetize you into creating the reality you truly want in a physical way, not a, oh, I wish this is going to happen, it's just going to randomly happen. No, you got to put yourself in that situation too. And you have to do it in a positive way, in an emotionally charged way. Your emotions is your magnet. Your emotions makes you magnetized. I want you guys to ask yourself, what is one thing you want to accomplish this year? What is one thing with your business or one thing with your personal life? What is one thing you want to accomplish? Then what I want you to do is feel as if it's already accomplished. You have to feel it now. Don't feel it tomorrow. Don't feel it yesterday. Feel it now. Feel it now as if it's already accomplished. And then you got to ask yourself, what habit do you have to do that will impress your subconscious mind and create that into reality? What's one habit you need to do? Again, if you're in real estate and you're like, I want to close one deal a month, make 100 phone calls. If you're not willing to do that, you don't believe it. If you're not willing to do that, you don't want to do it. Because at the end of the day, we're in a physical reality. You have to have a positive mindset. You have to be emotionally charged and emotionally available and feel amazing. But then you have to create your habit, your action part. And you have to do that every day. So what is one thing per day, habit-wise, that I can create to get what I want? For instance, I started doing CrossFit again because I was not where I wanted to be body-wise. So what I did is I started doing CrossFit. So I do CrossFit 5 days a week, right? I don't just get up and think, oh, I can't wait to look like this. Or I wake up and I'm like, I feel like I'm so jacked. But then I go and eat chocolate, right? Or I go and eat cereal. Or I just go and eat crap food, right? You have to do the habit part. So I have to go to the gym 5 days a week. I have to be careful with what I eat. And that is how I'm going to accomplish my goal. Now, I've definitely been cheating a little bit and eating a lot. So to recap, everyone, feeling is the secret. Your emotions charge your thoughts and make you magnetic. That's what makes you magnetic. And your subconscious mind runs 95% of your life. Your emotions is your subconscious. And it's your emotions coupled with the habits that's going to manifest in a 3D physical reality. And whatever you want to accomplish, you need to form a habit of it. Again, you want to do real estate, you want to close one deal a week or one deal a month. Call 100 people a day. That's what you have to do. I want you guys to comment below what's one habit you're going to do this week that's going to get you from where you are now to where you want to be. I appreciate you guys checking me out. I appreciate you if you like and subscribe. Until next time, I'll see you later.